Sisi amene wakase iduba kwa bo apa ho sema eduenum yensa pepepe. Juma Peace FM ya tudin working time ana Kofi Kum eduru mi so amede besomo. Wadaru ma mede dwumedie ya Peace FM ya tudin working time mede besomo free sisi adia kwa kopem pram tobre. Andra, kaseme koja me mobile phone de tu baby. Emma mobile phone wakata neni. Sa line na so na ya mode mo birthday request na modefa. Enti anapay obia wode enkrabia birthday ne bibia defa me mobile phone so no. Enkuta me. Enti we dey mo fan cheme. Enti anapay me ni birthday request bia because akwanya ni hosa. And then 21st of October. Abranti bia me dwene ho ase ono na Israel man wehu. Israel man no onyankopon body man no ana. I mean modern day Israel. When my abranti bia friend Bibi. Bibi ne dey me kan wo hu no ne kromfo ne friend Bibi. But Benjamin Netanyahu, a Israeli politician and diplomat. And a Benjamin Netanyahu ne 76th birthday. And wo Benjamin Netanyahu. But he's been a prime minister for God knows, or started 1996 with the prime minister to 1999. In fear edu echiri eno sembe so mubium 2009 to date, right? Because 2021 senso mubium 2022 ABC ene. I mean, Netanyahu is Israel's longest serving prime minister. Se me wobrepa na nka neme ka ono kwan na ni Israel for hu nsam na wa hu. Yeah, what you want to me who Papa Way and Donald Trump, Nipakra or to me, and you may be so. Because when we say we see a funny baby, Papa Way and Donald Trump, a castle one ye baby, or power bay, or power one ye, when him to couldn't hear. Sikakrabia, a cassia, wa American, a Jew for dear. When we are dear to me, Sika to me, any religion. When religion is married to power, I mean financial strength. Banks, sikakrabia kesia, ewo American yina, a Jew for dia. Yanko konta kwa soso a ye disika ene de konta kwa. Sika no soso ye Jew for dia. America for kuta omukro. But sikakrabia banks and kesia ngina a Jew, Israel for ne dia. When me kasa me kwa another area bi krat when me bi jan ntunche omumudi omawoda ne ene on say ye wo abasobodie bi a ye frɛ no Nobel Peace Prize and I said the ye sa Nobel Prizes no ye wo Peace Prize and ye wo the one they give for literature, physics, chemistry, the whole lot. Abrantia oba asase so odi nisika wunya nyina de bo afore yese yemfambo womo eboa adasa mpuntuo ene eye na woda ewomu se yewo na che ofri mu ache. I think he was born in 1833. I'm talking about Alfred Bernard Nobel. He was a Swedish chemist, inventor, engineer and a businessman. Ono when him dynamite Alfred Nobel and it to me invented dynamite, and he's best known for bequeathing his fortune to establish the Nobel Prizes. He also made several important contributions to science, holding about 355 patents during his lifetime. Sika wujaye se yemfam bofutu bintu ho na yemfanyesa Nobel Prizes no. It's about $266 million. Then beside the sender, when you busuani, when you ba, when you she, one, who can kind of bakosami ye pa Alfred Nobel. O see so, one ware, oniba. Yeah. Say oba baako a woye senka wone no ehwe aboso kakra no bema foforo bi anyim no woni oba wo ho na bema foforo anyim no na oguso hwe oba no anyway Kofi nye no ne yeye na nape. Okay, let me check out the latest stories that I have for you this morning. Just a couple of them. The latest, strange yet very true and confirmed stories. If free say Japan ebeye oman no Omu enya Prime Minister Obada. Dachi biya Ghana, yebenya President awaye Oba enche. Ene anapea mene woka say a latest story kra. Oba biya wedi infinchia eduasia anai. Wedi infinchia eduasia anai. Nidin ade Sunny Takachi. Sunny Takachi. Edin wedi nanse obeta atipa. 64-year-old Sunny Takachi has made history this morning by becoming Japan's first female prime minister. And for the first time ever, Japan for any prime minister waye oba. Oba no, oba den iron lady. But I believe the most important task and I said relationship sa oba we be facing will be with the US. Yeah, with the United States. So I guess a test is just around the corner as she is scheduled to meet Donald Trump somewhere next week. Donald Trump, the Okujana in China, Ujana in Infandia, and ya Wuhuso, no Kujana in China, Kujana Benkum. Sawa Nini near Nya nine, and that year, Nessamwa. Then one more story. Kane French foreman penny obekai say yedine ko gina asem dibia yese odifo no eye Kane French man penny Nicolas Sarkozy ne court asem no mechechire mu ni nyina ne se okoji sika puduo bi efri Kane Libya man penny eye Muammar Gaddafi ana wade ye ne campaign and odi wini de be ye president. Yadom we sukwa hwehwa anya dansidie enti enne anapaya me ne wo kasein. Nicolas Sarkozy has become the first French ex-president to go to jail. He has started his 5-year sentence this morning. Enti anapaya wakoshe kula nimu. Akokora we di 70 years. Obeye president free 2007 to 2012. Enne anapay yedena tenaka bi mu anyese wo ginchia kekewo yedene ko prison bi ewo French memu a prison ne den ede La Santé prison. Then bisa senti prison ho asam no ebekwa kosi sen ne yeso ni prison cell no 9 square meters mu amusi dan no say 9 square meters de kwan wom otumi ase Osha adan ananse ya no mufo esisi na de ya ukodan ni mu a 9 square meter ekwan wom kama na me bisa se eden no mo de bema no na yasu ono no cell na ye de na ekwa akwhye no it is in the isolated wing hosa ayi unsa se ye gina ye won kran ha nso wodru trasako atum se ho na de ate ne ho kran no prison ho no ano omo isolated wing bi sa ne 9 square meter cell no washroom mechre toilet any bath ewom ombema ne desk na omama no TV kitwe bi na chire ombema ne kwan ema na tinintini na pomu don hwede baako every day. Yeah, he'll be allowed to have 1 hour exercise a day by himself. Obi nimbone a ewo nipa bitirim nti ono de baby awo no obi a nkobe no ochena samonko wenwade no na mebisa se enti no chese wo kosa na so Nicolas Sarkozy bisa se opeso di books well or the woman mienu pe and obisa se opeso or the call prison. Yes, so can man pini dia ye de be ma ni bisa se woman be no wo hwehwe o say woman edin kan the first book he took to prison is A Life of Jesus by Jane Christiane Petitfils. A Life of Jesus by a book be the title here A Life of Jesus by Jane Christiane Petitfils. And a second book no Count of Monte Cristo. Sa book no cry sene. Yeah, The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. It's about a man who was wrongly imprisoned, who escaped and came back to wreak vengeance on his prosecutors.
Beautiful experience.
Ebusuya say anyabia fe na wedi we fidie na to ha. A higher peace 104.3 FM aka sima edwenu esia na premo atu. Se ene ebia wenya ahoho bi ewo enkran ha. Bia na ahoho no omufri Ghana heya anase omufri amanone. Na wo hwa se ehimfa na obetumi ne omo akonsrahwe ewo nkran ha. Wajijiji wo mu eni dia me kanfo despite auto museum seni pakro ni free amanone seni pakro no free Ghana ha bia na tifi mantem epue ya na se bibia nipa ni free bia no enkra ha opese wode ohoho bi ekọ bibia wo konsrahwe wode bajijiji ni pakro ni a faneko despite auto museum bosumi we eye October ene bosumi ya yebesimu no despite auto museum yeyi cars mienu bia nyobia ne benya sa cars ne bia tenemu ansa no mofri asase so cars no ne dinkan Chevrolet and afi Elon Musk ne Cybertruck no wo ba akwenya wo ho otumi tina cars mienu emu na mu twi cars bebre wo ho a mo behwe efie ho nankasa na se no bia ho nankasa na ho yefe nti wo de ho bia kɔ ho a nipa de neji despite auto museum ye ton sa the fresh school for ya na school bi wo ho person mo ko excursion aya me ko Peace FM na de fine but mo ko excursion na ke ye pa sa we de school kwada no ebe ko despite auto museum. The road to luxury begins here at Despite Auto Museum. Na me de to just say Jumedia would tie Jumedia me main sponsor High Sense. Whatever your body High Sense ejina ho de ma the best electronic brand. Your body High Sense ejina ho de ma the best electronic product. High Sense, as one of the top electronic companies in Ghana, we're committed to the quality of our products, and that is why we proudly offer up to a 5-year manufacturer defect warranty on our items. High Sense. Everyday prices for everyday people. We're best known for best for quality, best for durability, best for energy efficiency, best for affordability, best for style, and best for technology. Abrebia me ba na me de san chire to just say High Sense nneoma no High Sense edwumekuo no yankasa ne yeye wia yemfa ma foforo enton nti wo bo rasto bia mu keke esanse o ton home appliances no ko gina wo say oh me tobi na me pe High Sense de wunye bi da High Sense nneoma no se wo hwehwe High Sense showroom a eben wo ye kakra bra High Sense showroom eben wo wo gina wanemu High Sense nneoma nyina home appliances nyina obenya High Sense de eno de wotwa na wato ejapade ejumekwa wo mobo ye chidom mana pay me no ba beche brief message yes kakrabia best point savings and loans kai say ye dijumedie bia ya to den best quick loan and best quick loan promotion bia ye send din ne tie pepepe no best quick loan quick loan into ugina wanemu ye mbisa o collateral bia ugina wanemu we bia small and as a medium sized business owner ugina wanemu sika bia wo hia bia no cobra no kofa bibia bra best point savings and loans we say your dream is our business. Ebusuya yada aboafo asie wi aka sema eduenumienu ma premo atui anapei mepese me ne wo che brief message bia me gidie se ebeye nhira kese pa e de amaw. There is no problem too big for God to solve. Adiswe bie ni ho a eso dodo edema erade se erade besua wo. There is no problem too big for God to solve. And this morning I'm going to base my scripture on the miracle of 5,000 feeding recorded in John 6 What kind tresem now? Niamede me foundation scripture na pay say tresem say Jesus looked up and saw a great crowd coming towards him. He said to Philip, "Where can we buy bread for these people to eat?" But he was asking this to test him, for he knew what he was about to do. Philip said it would take more than half a year's wages to buy enough bread for each to have just a bite. Okay, John 6:5 and 6:6 a ho ana nsɛnkyerɛnne Yesu yɛ nipa empem ɔma ɔmo aduane ediye no ya record ɛwɔ hɔ. You see, they were out in a desert. Mind you, there were no stores and there was nowhere to buy any bread. Now ɔmo wɔ serɛ so deɛ store bi ni hɔ. Baby anywhere will be a tumbrodo or tongue. Enti Yesu bisa Philip say Philip, ahimfa eni benya brodo ne yato ediama edom bebrebe. Oh, can I share with you some biblical geography? Okay. Jesus asked Philip because Philip was from nearby Bethsaida in Galilee. It was the town that was closest to the desert. Nipa domini nyinaa no anaasɛ Jesus nesuafo edumienu no adan na Philip nkoa no bisa Philip sɛ imfa ne benya brodo atɔwɔ esan sɛ ɛsrɛ so hɔ na wɔn wɔ no ekuro a ɛbɛn ɛsrɛ no so paa no ɛyɛ kuro a Philip ɛhɔ no ofiri Philip ofiri Bethsaida in Galilee. Jesus asked him because Philip living nearby maybe would know where they could buy bread. So bisan nkafo no omu free sabro no so Philip and a free ekrasia a ben esere no so into will be said to say anyebia now so Philip say obi me ebia na wo bosumi aketua na mu oduru hwe obi bosumi aketua ya kan bo ho a be say bosumi insia o say bosumi insia aketua krapo no ya de to brodo a anso nipa no adenti ana Jesus bisa Philip. He had 11 other disciples he could have asked. Do you know what? Because Philip had the approach to figure things out like an event organizer. When Philip was actually to say event organizer, when him event organizer, meaning back mousy worker or ye event organizer. Wakachen say ye party na ye BBC obetumi akacho say ehɔ na obetumi akyerɛ o ye be hia nkonwa be 200 table be 5 me say me ko gina hɔ wan hwa me ko akɔtwi tape but event organizer te say mausi wo kyerɛ ne bebre opesa wo ye eyi na be kyɛ so ɛha no ye be hia tables be say 40 nkonwa be 200 ebe so so pepepe na Philip was sa akyɛde ne bi. Philip just took one look at the crowd and he could tell just about how many loaves that they would need. Yeah, there are some people who are just smart about that. Especially people who cook. When a mabna heavy do. Okachen say o mi ye or say o ye de beer ebe here and mose. People who cook can look at how many people there are in a room and how much food they have to prepare. Obia wa ye chef bia onim saade no obano jinaha or share piece of adwumayefo pe onimeduane a wono a ebeso bia. Smart people who can calculate in their mind. That was the gift of Philip. Do you get me? I marvel at people with such skill. It's a marvelous skill, except when it comes to the things of the Lord. You see, there are some folk who try to figure out things, whilst God has already worked it out. Philip was trying to figure out the number of loaves of bread. Now, Philip, ono obu enkunta woni tirim brodua ebeso enkrofono. And so Bible say Jesus asked Philip to test him, for he knew what he was about to do. Beloved, let me pause over here and relate to you in your present situation. Whilst you are trying to figure out what you're going to do concerning the situation you find yourself in, God has already worked it out. Philip was busily figuring out the number of loaves of bread, but then God has already worked it out. And I pay susu enyoma sesa wo ton savings sesa wo ye ansa na wetua eka bi eda wenim. You are trying to figure it out, but God has already worked it out. Bible says Jesus was asking to test him, for he knew what he was about to do. Whilst you are trying to figure it out, beloved, I have news for you. God has already worked it out. There is a lady listening to me. Maybe you are thinking about places that you need to show up. Peradventure, you could meet a man to marry you. let me break that. Let me just bust that bubble. Remember Ruth. Ruth met Boaz on the field. No makeup, no wig, no handbag, no designer dress. Nyamen edi atuma koma so say ababa wa bi tie me. Wodi weni susu say ya woko parties any other places bi. Aya ebia obehia bema bi ema na ware wo. You see, you are figuring out places to go to meet a man. But I came to tell you that God has already worked it out. Ruth oshia Boaz ewo efuom. Ruth na onye makeup, onshare Brazilian wig, onshare designer dress. Put your trust in God. He has already worked it out. Jesus asked Philip not to know who Philip is, but for Philip to know who Jesus is. That is why I gave the title to my message, beloved. There is no problem that you have this morning that God cannot fix. He can turn that situation around. It's a two-part message. I would like to pause over here. I hope you will be around on Thursday. Because what's your favorite Bible verse? Message in here two-part. Now, my second part, and I want to share Merashi. It's about soul winning and bringing people to Christ. How important it is. But I don't want to rush through. Thursday, me free. Thursday, me bapa obehunu say the second part of this message. Me be bro Thursday. Me da say anape waye nshira say wetie message we.
Peace FM, station with a vision. 104.3. Peace FM, 104.3. Peace FM.
Peace 104.3 FM so nebusia yeda se we fidie no eda so da ha aka sema edu miensa na premoatu mesre we ni die mu ase anapay commercials kakra me wono obeye aso na wodi aso afa me kakra yedin kan a ye call Action Progressive Institute. Action Progressive Institute CM to dwa se eye Ghana aban no Sisia de wode school nkwada ne bi aba Action Progressive Institute a wo mo ebe abeka free SHS program no